Everyone, welcome to this video lecture series on soil mechanics, where we will understand important concepts step by step with the help of PPT slides in a simple and clear way. So, in today's lecture, through this presentation, we will start with the topic origin of soil and soil water relationships, which forms the foundation of understanding soil behavior in engineering. Before understanding the soil behavior in engineering, it is important to first understand what is soil, how it is formed, what factors affect its engineering properties. Soil is the supporting material for almost every civil engineering structures, so understanding its origin is very important. So let's understand the different definitions from soil mechanics. So the definition of soil is an unconsolidated material made up of solid particles produced by the disintegration of rocks. Unlike rock, the soil particles are not tightly bonded together between these particles. There are the spaces called void spaces, or simply we can say voids are there. These voids may contain air, may contain water, or it may contain both, depending upon the environmental conditions. In some cases, soil may also contain organic matter. So, from an engineering point of view, soil is not just solid particles, it is actually combination of solid particles, water, air, and organic matter. And this combination controls the engineering behavior of soil. Next comes the definition of soil mechanics. The term soil mechanics was introduced by Carl, Dr. Carl Zaghi in 1925, and because of his contribution, he is known as the father of soil mechanics. Soil mechanics is the branch of engineering that applies the principle of mechanics and hydraulics to solve the engineering problems related to soil. It is mainly deals with two things. First one is the action of forces on soil, and the second is the flow of water through soil. This knowledge is very important because soil supports load from engineering structures. Next comes the definition of soil engineering. Soil engineering is applied science that uses the principles of soil mechanics to solve the practical engineering problems. It includes activities such as site investigation, foundation design, retaining structures, and earth structure constructions. So, while soil mechanics gives us theoretical understanding, soil engineering uses knowledge in real engineering practices. Next comes the definition of geotechnical engineering. So, let us understand geotechnical engineering. What is this? Geotechnical engineering is a broader term. It includes soil engineering, rock mechanics, and geology. It studies the engineering behavior of both soil and rock and is widely used in civil engineering projects such as buildings, tunnels, roads, dams, and slope stability analysis. Sometimes the geotechnical engineering is also used interchangeably with soil engineering. Next comes the geological cycle. So now The next question arises, how the soil is formed. So with the answer of this question, this term geological cycle arises. The soil formation takes place through natural process known as geological cycle, which has been operating continuously for millions of years. In this cycle, rocks gradually breaks down, move from one place to another, and finally get deposited to form the soil. The geological cycle mainly has three phases, as we can see in this diagram also. These three phases are erosion, transportation, and deposition, earth movement. So let us understand these phases one by one. First one is erosion phase. In this phase, exposed rocks on the earth's surface start breaking down due to weathering. Weathering is mainly of two types. First one is physical weathering and second one is chemical weathering. This process converts large rock into smaller particles which later becomes the soil. So erosion is the first and most important step in the soil formation. So let's discuss the two types of erosion one by one. First one is physical weathering. So in physical weathering, rocks breaks into smaller particles without changing their chemical composition. This may be happen due to wind action, water action, glacier movement, and alternate freezing and thawing in rocks cracks. The particles formed remain chemically the same as the parent rock. Their shape may be angular, rounded, flat, or elongated. The examples includes sand and gravels. These particles form a single grain structure where the particles remain in direct contact without bonding. Depending upon the packing, this soil may be dense, medium dense, or loose one. Next comes the chemical weathering. In chemical weathering, the mineral composition of rocks changes due to chemical reaction caused by water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, acids, and alkalis. This process produces very fine particles known as clay minerals, generally smaller than 2 micron in sizes. These particles have a plate-like structure and high surface area, which gives them different engineering behavior compared to sand and gravels. If this weathered material remains at the place where it was formed, it is called residual soil. So next comes the second phase, that is transportation or deposition. So after weathering, the broken particles, soil particles, may be carried from one place to another by natural agents such as wind, water, or ice. This process is called as transportation. When these particles settle down at a new location, the process is called deposition, and the soil formed is called transported soil. So, based on transporting agents, soils are classified as alluvial soil, that means deposited by river water, lacustrine soil, that means deposited by still water, that is lake water, marine soil, that is the deposited by sea water, aeolian soil, that means transported by winds, glacial deposits, that means transported by ice. Next comes the important characteristics of this transported soil. So the air transported soil are fine of between sizes 20 to 50 micrometer, and this air transported soil are generally fine, homogeneous and highly porous ones. These are also friable ones. Loess is a alluvial soil formed in arid and semi-arid regions, and alluvial soils are generally rounded and well sorted. So, in today's lecture, we understood the origin of soil, weathering, transportation, deposition, and classification of soil based on the transporting agents. These concepts form the basic of foundation of soil mechanics. In the next video lecture, we will continue with the topic classification according to transporting agency, and this topic will be discussed in more detail, where we will discuss different type of transported soil and their characteristics one by one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you very much.